Hey, what's up everybody, Rivera94 bringing another action figure review. Today we're going to take a look at the SH Figuarts Bandai Tamashii Nations Dragon Ball Z Tien action figure. We have him inside the standard packaging that these Dragon Ball Z figures are coming in. Got the art on the side there with the figure showing through the window. This is a web exclusive. There is the side, here's the other side, and here is the back. Do have a look at Tatsu, which he is not visible through the box. Let's crack this thing open and see how this figure looks. Alright everybody, here we have Tien out of the package, and this has to be the best Tien action figure ever made. Of course, pretty much all the SH Figuarts figures are the best Dragon Ball Z figures ever made. Nothing really compares to them. No Jack specific, no Irwin. So there really isn't any competition there. And before I review the best Tien figure ever made, I'd just like to give a shout out to agelessgeeks.com. You can actually pick this guy up right now. It is in stock at agelessgeeks.com as of today. So put your order in through Facebook or the website. And don't forget, if you use the promo code ERivera94, you'll get 5% off any of your purchases through the website. Tien is sporting his traditional classic outfit, and I'm happy they went with this. I know he wears some different ones from time to time. I think they showed him off with a torso piece. I'm not quite sure, but they went shirtless to the final product, and I'm very happy with the way it came out. They did a good job. They even added the scar on his chest. It even goes onto the arm. We'll take a look at that in a second, but right now we can take a look at the figure. Everything is nice, and it does have shading, plenty of it too. I know they've been having issues with not shading in their figures, but they really added the shading on this figure for sure. Before we take a close look at him, let's take a look at the accessories. We do have the neutral face that is on the figure right now. Alright, and then we have this open mouth face. This is more of a tri-beam cannon face right here when he's about to blast somebody. We even got a sculpted vein on his head right there. Then we have more of a startled look right here. I like this one a lot. And then this is more of a smirking face right here. So I like the variations here, very different. All of them are very, very different in their own way. And of course we have our classic neutral face. So lots of heads here, very cool. And of course he's bald, so they had to make separate heads entirely, not just faces. So I like that. And they're on these little stands which come off. That's just so it doesn't roll around in the package. So there's that. And then we have the super awesome Chatsu. Everyone was hoping that we got Chatsu with Tien, and although he's not articulated, I wish he was. I wish he was like a little mini figure articulated and all that. That would have been awesome. Kind of a missed opportunity there, but they did something cool nonetheless. They sculpted him in this hugging position, and this is because he did do the self-sacrifice on Nappa. So you can attach him to the back of Nappa. That's why he comes with this plastic piece. So there's that. And also I've seen people attaching him to the back of Tien, like he's on his back. So that would make for some cool shots. So he also does sit on its own, just like that. Then if we want to take a look at the hands, we have two fists on the figure itself, two open hands, two grappling hands, and then the very awesome tri-beam cannon hands right here. And what's cool about this is hopefully you can pick it up, but you can see that there's a little peg on the thumb right there and a little peg on the middle finger, and then there are peg holes on this hand so they can be placed right where it's supposed to go. Isn't that cool? Let's take a closer look at Tien right here. We can see Tien is sculpted very nice. I like the way they sculpted him entirely. The body is very good. I think this is the first shirtless figure they've made for Dragon Ball, if I'm not mistaken, not counting Broly, because of course Broly is a humongous sculpt, but this is the first shirtless regular size figure they made, so that's cool. They did a good job there. I like the scar. You can see the scar on the chest. It goes to his shoulder right there. They did a good job with that. I like that. Just overall, everything looks nice. The head sculpt looks good too. Got the third eye on his head. Pretty clean. Nothing worth complaining about here. Going down to his pants, there isn't shading on the back of his pants, I do say that, but where it matters there is. So there is shading on the front. You can see pretty much the difference in green there. Just gets really dark on the front, so that's good. We got the yellow on the ankles, and then his shoes right there, sculpting on the bottom, and then the numbering printing is on the feet, which is always good, so it's not on his back or anything like that. As for the articulation of the figure, his head does go left and right. It goes up about this much, goes down. He does have neck articulation, which is awesome. Arms go forward and back, they go in and out. just like that. Bicep swivel, double jointed elbows right there. There's a swivel at the wrist with a ball jointed hinge. Diaphragm joint that swivels, goes forward and back, swivels at the waist. The belt is a separate piece, so it moves around. The leg goes forward and back, sporting the new articulation for the groin, in and out as so. Thigh swivels, double jointed knees, got some good sculpting going on the knees there. Ankles going forward and back, there's a pivot, there's a swivel, and there is a toe hinge. I gotta say, the only thing that looks kind of awkward are these knee joints on the back of the knee right here. Of course, they don't show on the front, but on the back, they look a little awkward like that. But there's really nothing you can do about this. This is just so I can allow it to bend. So it is what it is. At least they fixed the front of it. When you bend it, it looks better. He also has these butterfly joints on his shoulders here, so I think this is to allow him to do the tri-beam attack better, but you can see how much more that allows his hands to go together there, so that's nice to add that piece of articulation. Here's a close look at Chatsu right here. Like I've said before, it's not articulated. The only part it's articulated is the head does go left and right, and then the waist moves a little bit. Not sure if it's meant to. I don't want to break it. So does go left and right 360 degrees. Unlike the Cybermen only went like this and like this. If you went any further, it would snap off. I actually broke one of mine, so that sucks. But yeah, he's fixing his post. He does sit on the ground just fine, and of course he is meant to be on the back of Nappa. I really do like the paint and the detail. Everything's clean on him. Everything is accurate. They painted his face just right. We even have what looks like a little tear on his eye. I'm sure that's supposed to be a tear, right? So everything looks good. Even his little hat. I like it. Hopefully one day we can get a articulated Chatsu, regular Chatsu figure. That would be nice. Nonetheless, this is a nice extra little bonus that we get with Tien. Apparently a must. Here's your little size comparison next to Nappa and Vegeta. You can see he stands taller than Vegeta's head, not counting his hair. And he does stand shorter than Nappa. If you look at the shoulders of every single one of them, you can see Tien is definitely taller than Vegeta. Nappa just looks like he's just towering over him, so that looks good. So it's fairly easy to attach the plastic clip onto Nappa's back, so you're able to put Chatsu on him, and you can see it works out pretty good. Now you are able to see the clip right there on the side. It's not the worst thing in the world. It's okay. Pretty much this is all they could have done. I'm not sure if they were planning on doing this when they made Nappa, but they could have given Nappa a peg hole. But then again, who wants a hole in Nappa's back when you don't have Chatsu attached? You know, that would suck. And then also that would mean Chatsu would have a peg on his chest, and that, you know, then you can't have Chatsu sitting down on the ground or whatnot, whatever. So I'm glad they went this route. This is cool. I was actually curious to see on what they were going to do, or how they were making this possible. And now I see they used the clip. I was wondering if there was a magnet attached to Nappa and a magnet attached to Chatsu. That would have been an option. But yeah, it's good, and it doesn't take much. He's on there pretty secure, but he comes off pretty easy. You can see how the strap works. It hooks from the top of the armor on the white edge right there to the bottom of the white edge right there. And you just put Chatsu on just like that. Very easy. And if you want him looking to the left, which is the screen accurate, is when they're both looking to this side. Or you can actually turn his head and make him look the other way too. Whatever you want. To be honest, them adding Chatsu to this pack with Tien was the best thing they could have done. Because I can seriously see them releasing a Tien figure all alone without any extra Chatsu with it. And I'm happy that they did include him. That's just something they didn't have to do, but they did. And it's just an amazing thing that we're able to recreate this pretty iconic scene from the Sand Saga. So you are able to have Chatsu with him like this. I kind of put him in a hugging pose for Chatsu. Maybe he's happy to see him, hasn't seen Tien in a while, and he's just jumping on him with joy. Now, I don't know how somebody attached him to his back. I saw that on Facebook. Somebody, maybe they used some sort of sticky tack or something to attach him. But this piece does not fit on the back of Tien. This is only meant for Nappa, and that's it. They did like a little, like if he was riding on his back type thing. But this works too. You can get him to hug Tien, and it doesn't look too bad. It doesn't look bad at all. It really looks good. So you can do that if you want. So that pretty much does it for my review of Tien. I believe this figure is all around great. I love it very much. They did an outstanding job with this figure. They absolutely delivered in every single way. I mean, this came out so good. I mean, this came out pretty much near perfect. This is a Tien figure that we've been wanting for a long time, and we finally got it, and they absolutely delivered in every aspect. So I love the articulation. I love the paint, the shading, everything, the extra hands, the extra heads, and Chatsu also included. It's just there's so much fun in this. It's a very great pickup, and I do highly recommend you guys picking up Tien. You gotta have Tien. We finally finish off our Z Warriors from the original Dragon Ball Z squad, pretty much you can say. Uh, what a way to end 2017. Bandai really gave us a lot of great figures, and they're not stopping anytime soon. We finally got Yamcha and Tien. What more can you ask for? Make sure you guys stay tuned to the end of the video where I always have a little montage reel of some pictures I take. I'm going to put this guy in some poses and take some shots with him, and I hope you guys enjoy those pictures. As always, you guys can let me know in the comments what you think about my review. Leave a like, that always helps me out. And hit the bell button down below if you haven't already to get notified every time I upload a review or any type of video. I hope you guys enjoy this review. Go out and get Tien, hit up Ageless Geeks, and finish off your Z Fighters. Don't forget to have a great day. Bye.